everyone, welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad you found me today because today we're starting a new spotlight. It's our fall Spooktacular spotlights. And today we're going to be starting Ghost Cozy Mysteries. I'm so excited about this one too. I found a bunch. I found more than I thought I would, to be honest with you. So let's just jump right in. Let me know which of these that you've read, which of these that you liked. Anything else that you want to talk about cozies, down there is the place to. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop and hit that subscription and the notification bell so that you can keep finding me and my channel keeps growing. All right, guys, let's get to it. The first one that I have for you is the Port Chapman mystery series. This is by P.J. Alderman. The first book is called Haunting Jordan right here. The main character is Jordan Marsh. They are the owner of a haunted house in the Pacific Northwest coast. Interesting. Jordan Marsh left LA for the quaint Pacific Northwest town of Port Chapman in pursuit of some much needed R&R. As the prime suspect in her cheating husband's murder, she has been hoping to immerse herself in the restoration of the charming Victorian she had just bought and put all talk of homicide investigations behind her. But as she soon discovers, the coldest of cases cry out to be solved. For this old house comes fully furnished with two ghosts who have a century-old murder of their own that they'd like her to look into. Now, if Jordan can keep the LA police at bay and sort through a suspect list of shady characters circa 1890, she might just clear a wrongly accused man's name and her own. 2 books in that series. I think that sounds super cute. The next one is a very long-standing series. There are 25 books in it, and it's like a classic cozy mystery. Of course, it's the Aunt Dimity series. Book 1 is called Aunt Dimity's Death right here. This is by Nancy Atherton. It says, Laurie Shepard thought Aunt Dimity was just a character in a bedtime story until Dickinson law firm of Lewis & Lewis summons her to a reading of the woman's will. Down on her luck, Laurie learns she's about to inherit a sizable estate if she can discover the secret hidden in a treasure trove of letters in Dimity's English country cottage. What begins as a fairy tale becomes a mystery and ghost story. Wow. Like I said, 25 books in that series. It's been around forever. I know it's super duper popular. The next one that we have is the Augusta Goodnight series. This is by Mignon F. Ballard. The first book is called Angel at Troublesome Creek, and this one I'm super into. The main character is Augusta Goodnight. She's a guardian angel. When Mary George Murphy finds that her Aunt Caroline fell down a flight of stairs to her death, she's heartbroken. To make matters worse, Mary is sure that Caroline's death was no accident. Enter Augusta Goodnight, Mary's guardian angel. Normally assigned to Heaven's strawberry fields, Augusta died during World War II, which explains her old-fashioned glamour and love of swing. Oh, I'm so into this. She appears in Troublesome Creek just in the nick of time to help Mary unearth an old mystery and the truth about Caroline's death. 7 books. Every time I read this synopsis, because I've read it for something else before, it gets bumped up on my TBR. This might just got bumped up to before the end of the year because I just think that sounds so good. I think I'm equating it to, so in my head, sometimes I equate books that maybe will not be like the other book in any way, but I'm equating it to the Debbie Macomber Guardian Angel series, which I love. The Angels Everywhere. It's one of my favorites by her. So maybe in my head, I'm thinking that that's what it would be like. Regardless, I'm going to be reading it. The next one is the Haunted Home Renovation series. This is by Juliet Blackwell. The first book is called If Walls Could Talk, right here. The main character is Mel Turner, and she is she remodels historic houses in California. At her newest renovation project, a rundown Pacific Heights mansion, Mel is visited by the ghost of a colleague who recently met a bad end with power tools. Mel hopes that by tracking down the killers, she can rid herself of the ghostly presence of the murdered man. 8 books in that series. Wow. Death by power tool would not be a fun way to go. I mean, I don't know that there's many ways that would be a fun way to go, but I really don't think I'd want to go with death by power tool. Just saying. Next up, we have the Vintage Magic Mystery Series. This is by Annette Blair. The first book is called A Veiled Deception. There was no synopsis that I could find, a good one for this, but there are 6 books in this series. The cover is beautiful. Next up, we have the Magical Dressmaking Mystery Series. This is by Melissa Bourbon. The first book is called Pleading for Mercy. That's funny. The main character is Harlow. She is a fashion designer and boutique owner in Texas. All right. When her great-grandmother passes away, Harlow Jane Cassidy leaves her job as a Manhattan fashion designer and moves back to Bliss, Texas. But when she opens a dressmaking boutique in the turn-of-the-century farmhouse she inherited, Harlow senses an inexplicable presence. Her old friend Josie orders a gown for her upcoming wedding, but when Josie's boss turns up dead, Harlow has to find the killer with a little help from the beyond. 6 books. That sounds adorable, too. Next up, we have the Liz Talbot Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Susan M. Boyer. The main character is Liz Talbot, who's a private investigator and who sees ghosts in South Carolina. The first book is called Low Country Boil. It is right here. Private investigator Liz Talbot is a modern Southern belle. She blesses hearts and takes names. She carries her SIG 9 in her Kate Spade handbag, and her golden retriever Rhett rides shotgun in her hybrid Escape. When her grandmother is murdered, oh my gosh, Liz hightails it back to her South Carolina island home to find the killer. She's fit to be tied when her police chief brother shuts her out of the investigation, so she opens up one of her own. Good for you, Liz. Then her long dead best friend pops in and things really get complicated. When more folks start turning up dead in this small seaside town, Liz must use more than just her wits and charm to keep her family safe. Oh my gosh, 10 books in that series. That sounds adorable as well. Oh my gosh, so many good ones. So that, I didn't say it when we first started, and I meant to. Those were the A and Bs of traditionally published cozy mysteries. Moving forward, this is the list that I found in other places. Some of them could be traditionally published. I think most of them are independently published, and they are not in any alphabetical order. The first one that we have is the North Carolina Medium Ghost Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Sharice K. Walker. The first book is called A Medium's Birthday Surprise, right here. And there are 10 books in this series. The main character is named Becky Tibbs, and they are a medium who I believe is really scared of ghosts, which sounds really funny. That would be me, by the way. The next book that we have is Wheeler Dealer. Love the title. Job well done. This is part of the Ghost and Camper Kooky Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Rita Moray, and there are 3 books out in it. Excellent. The next book is called Ghostly Manners, right here. This is part of the Lorna Shadow Cozy Mystery Series. This is by K.E. O'Connor, and there are 13 books in it. The next one sounds really fun. The book is called These Haunts Are Made for Walking. It is part of the Ghostly Haunted Tour Guide Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Rose Pressey, and there are 15 books out in it. So this one might be traditionally published. I'm not positive, but sounds really adorable. Can't wait to check that one out. Next cozy mystery is called Great Balls of Fury, right here. This is part of the Federal Bureau of Magic Cozy Mystery Series by Annabelle Chase, and there are 12 books out in that series. Next up, we have Southern Spirits right here. This is part of the Southern Ghost Hunters Cozy Mystery Series by Angie Fox, and there are 11 books in this series. Next up, the book is called The Medium of Brendan Bay, right here. This is part of the Brendan Bay Paranormal Cafe Cozy Mystery Series by Kelly Mason, and there are 3 books in this series. That sounds cute. Last one that we have is the book is called Ghostly Interests, right here. This is part of the Harper Harlow Mystery Series. It's by Lily Harper Hart, and there are 19 books in this series. I hope you enjoyed this part 1 of our ghostly Cozy Mystery Spotlight for our Spooktacular cozies. Until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everyone!